Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Inverness Raceway. Correct time of day showing on the board at 6:38. 7 o'clock is post time for the first. You want to check your program. We'll go over the changes for this evening's card of racing. Over in race number 1, the 2 I'm a Lot equipment change. He adds a choke plate. Put a choke plate on the 2 I'm a Lot in race number 1. Over to race number 2, first end of the early daily double. Number 1, Shadow in the Night is scratch sick. Shadow in the Night is scratch sick. Number 3, Woodmere Novak, pencil in the driver, Mr. Zach Mullins. Zach Mullins is up. Race number 2 is also the start of the pick 5. Over to race number 3, number 1, Old Buck equipment change, off with the closed bridle, and he goes to an open and a hood with cups. That'll bring us over to race number 4, equipment change on the 1, La Playa Deo, off with the open and the hood with cups, and he goes to a Swedish blind. Number 4, Lorry Merchandise, off with the Murphy blind on the left-hand side, and he goes to a hood with cups. Race number 5, field of 6, and the entries are going as programmed. Race number 6, number 5, I Got Socks. The driver is Mr. Keegan Madden. Keegan Madden up and aboard the 5, I Got Socks, in race 6, the first end of the late double. And that'll bring us over to race number 7, the finale. It's the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace. They go for a purse, $3,000. It's the winners over 1,000. Last 5 starts. And number 5, What's Up Doc? Equipment change. He's off with the Swedish blind, and he goes to an open and a hood with cups. Correct time of day showing on the board at 6:40. 7 o'clock is post time for the first 7- card here this evening. And we're down to 12 minutes. The entries will be making their way from the paddock area on towards post parade. Attention in the paddock area, all horses for race number 1. Make your way to the paddock, please. All entries for race number 1 to the paddock area. this evening's one and only qualifier. The winner was JW Flatout, 2-year-old. Redmond Doucette in the sulky, paced the mile 2:07 and 1/5. Luna Betts and driver Alan Fraser in for a qualifying drive, paced the mile in 2:07 and 4/5. And number 1, Mr. Knives, made a break. Leaving the gate, did not qualify, but he paced the mile in 2:09 and 4/5 for Rodney Gillis. JW Flatout, a 2-year-old by Mad American at the CMR Maybe Loaded mare in 2:07 and 1/5. Luna Betts 2:07 and 4. Mr. Knives made a break. He'll have to come and re-qualify. Correct time of day at 6:48, approximately 6:42. 6:52 make that the entries make their way from the paddock area on towards Post Parade 7- card here this evening. On parade from the lower turn are the entries here in the first classification. I wonders what a two pari-mutuel races life. They go for purse $1,100. On the rail is Victor, a 2-year-old Bet the Moon, owned and trained by the effort beaten Mr. Rodney Gillis is in the sulky. I'm a Lot, yet a post 2 at 3-year-old Pan Sway filly, owned by Avery Frazier. Charles Frazier trains. Mr. Redmond Doucette is up. Any Sign of Harry at a post 3. Malcolm McCacken shares ownership with the trainer, Alex Sutherland. Mr. Campbell McIsaac is up. 4 is MJ Ray, a 4-year-old Roll with Harry, owned by Ryder McLean. Andrew McLean trains and drives. Miss Chili Pepper, at a post 5, a 10-year-old, a Dally mare, owner trainer driver, Mr. Tim Gillis. Rounding out the field, number 6, Rankinville Seamus, an 8-year-old Vintage Master, owner, trainer, driver, Mr. Sandy McNeil. A field of 6 here in the first, going for purse $1,100. Post time in 5 minutes. 5 minutes on post time here for the first. Entries up, second and final score. And we're down to 3 minutes on post now. 3 minutes post time here for the first. Down to 2 minutes on post time now. 2 minutes post time here for the first. My selection here in the first, I went to the 4 MJ Ray, a 4-year-old Roll with Harry, a one-time winner this season in 2:01 2/5. Trainer driver Andrew McLean for son Ryder McLean. He's at $3.90 on the board. The public's choice, he's down to $3.80 now, showing on the board. For second, I went with first time or second time starter Victor. Owned and trained by DFR Beaton out of Port Hood. It's 2-year-old Bet the Moon. In his first lifetime start, finished second by 8 lengths, paced a mile in 2 4/5. Rodney Gillis, he's back in the sulky. For third, I went to the 6, Rankinville Seamus, an owner, trainer, driver, Sandy McNeil, a one-time winner on the season, over and off track in 2-4 2/5. And up for fourth. Here in the first, I went to the 2, Any Sign of Harry, and Campbell McIsaac, a one-time winner this season in 2-5 4/5. 4-1, 6-2 by selection. Here in the first, as the entries have been called to the gate. The entries for the first in the hands of the starter. Entries moving on the stable turn here in the first, field of 6. They go for purse 1100. Victor on the rail and a Rodney Gillis, I'm a Lot, and Redmond Doucette. Any Sign of Harry and Campbell McIsaac, MJ Ray and Andrew McLean. Miss Chili Pepper, Tim Gillis. On the outside of Rankinville, Seamus and Sandy McNeil. Field of 6. Comes through the lane. Wednesday night racing here at the Inverness Raceway. Down off of the gate and away, and I'm a Lot. Heads out for the lead, driving second. That is Victor. Up here third on the outside, MJ Ray looks in for the 2-hole. Up here third, that is Any Sign of Harry. Driving up 5 on the outside, now 4, heading third on the outside. Up front down the lead, though, MJ Ray keeps on trucking up front here for Andrew McLean. I'm a Lot, a second. Rankinville Seamus out third on the outside for 4. That is Any Sign of Harry. Victor drives in 5. And then Miss Chili Pepper, 30-2. Past the opening station, everybody has a seat here now. On toward the half mile now, and the betting favorite at $4. 4-year-old MJ Ray in a rain to Andrew McLean. Up front, on the lead, second, I'm a Lot, driving third, Rankinville Seamus. Any Sign of Harry. Victor gets to the outside in 5. Then Miss Chili Pepper. Heading past that 5/8 turn, straightening out down the backside, 1 minute and 1/5. They were by the half mile, and MJ Ray still up front on the lead and looks strong. Second on the outside of Rankinville Seamus, I'm a Lot is third. Victor 4 on the outside, Miss Chili Pepper 5 on the outside, in 6 at the rail, it's Any Sign of Harry. We're on towards that 7/8 turn, 130-4, past 3/4. MJ Ray is going to bring them on home. Rankinville Seamus is dogging it here, second on the outside and through the lanes. And MJ Ray at the rail. Rankinville Seamus on the outside. MJ Ray is up to win it. Rankinville Seamus Victor drives in for third. Race winning trip. 2 minutes, 4/5. MJ Ray here in the first. Unofficially 4, 6, 1, and 5 showing on the board. MJ Ray the winner. Rankinville Seamus was second. Victor third. And Miss Chili Pepper up for 4. Heading into the Denmark Kickers winner's circle, 4-year-old by pacing gelding by Roll with Harry at the Mach 3 mare. Lady Macbeth by Ryder McLean at Inverness. Andrew McLean trains and drives 2 minutes, 4/5. Second win on the season. Here is 4-year-old MJ Ray. And the first official, Victor was 3. I'm a lot was 6. Any sign of Harry 5. MJ Ray the winner. Miss Chili Pepper 4, and Rankinville Seamus finished up second. 30-2, a minute and 1, 1:30-4, 2 minutes 4. Top the program, it should read 3:65.14, 2 on the bottom, 2 minutes 4 fifths. Second win on the season, 4-year-old MJ Ray. And Andrew McLean across the board, $4, $262.50 place. The 6th Rankinville Seamus, $894.70 to show the 1 Victor, $2.10. 2-1 Exacta, $11.40, $2 try. 4, 6, and 1 at Quebec, $19.50. Super combination 4, 6, 1, and 5, $39.55. Up and coming. Race number 2, first end of the early daily double. Take out the 1, Shadow in the Night. He scratched sick. Zach Mullins on the 3, Woodmere Novak. Over in race number 3, second end the double, equipment change. On the 1, Old Buck. He's off with the closed bridle and he goes to an open. And a hood with cups. Parimutuel windows opening and selling on your daily double wagering. Also, race number 2 is the start of the Pick 5. Pick 5 starts up in race number 2.
Second race entries are now on track for post parade. Scratch the 1, Shadows in the Night. 2, Uriel Blue Chip is owned by Darcy Horn, trained by Rachel McDonald. Danny Gillis drives the 2, Uriel Blue Chip. 3, Woodmere Novak is owned by Angela MacArthur, Angus McCory, and Zach Mullins. Zach trains. Note the driver change. Zach will drive the 3, Woodmere Novak. 4, Damn Lucky is owned by Dion Gillis. Ambrose Gillis trains and drives the 4, Damn Lucky. 5, Mojo Beach is owned by D. Efford Beaton and Anita Gillis. D. Efford handles the training duties. Rodney Gillis aboard the 5, Mojo Beach. And rounding out the field is the 6, JJ's Knight's Image is owned and trained by Eileen Beaton. Redmond Doucette drives the 6, JJ Knight's Image. Down to 6 minutes to post time here on the evening's second race. Starts the daily double and pick 5, Triactor Exactor Superfecta. Win place show wagering. Down to 6 minutes till second race post time. With down to 4 minutes to post time here on the second race, for my top selection, I'll go the 3 entry in here with Woodmere Novak. Comes in off a first place finish for Zach Mullins, and then now there's a 3:01 and charting 2:02 and 1. Closed it out in 30 and 4. 2 starts down was a second place finisher. 2 Kook Cobbler charting his own mile in 2 minutes 3/5, where he closed out in 29 and 4. The 3-year-old gelding by Bet the Moon's got 1 win from 8 starts. So for first, I'll go to the 3 horse, Woodmere Novak, and Zach Mullins here in the second. For second, I'm going to go to the newcomer to Inverness Raceway with the 2 entry, Uriel Blue Chip. Comes in off of a 7th place finish at Churro Raceway, and the now winners of 5:01, charting in 2:01 flat, closed out in 32 and 2. But if you look 2 starts down, he was in the $8,000 claimer at Georgian Downs in Ontario, where he paced a mile in 57 and 2 and finished 7th for driver Jason Ryan, where he closed that one out in 29 and 2. He's yet to hit the win column this season from 16 starts, so for second, I'll go to the 2, Uriel Blue Chip, and Danny Gillis here in the second. And for third in here, and I'll go to the 4 entry with Damn Lucky, the 11-year-old gelding by Cam Luck. Comes in off a 6th place finish for driver Ambrose Gillis in 2 minutes 3/5 last start. Closed out in 31 and 1. 2 starts down though, he was a 6th place finisher in 2:01 and 2, but closed it out in a good 28 and 2. He's also yet to hit the win column from 8 starts this season, so for third, I'll go to the 4, Damn Lucky, and Ambrose Gillis here in the second. Three, two, four, my top three selections. Good luck with yours. Final call for wagering here on the evening's second race. Starter calls the horses. It's post time. Scratch down to a field of 5 to contest the second race. From the rail out, it's Uriel Blue Chip, Danny Gillis, Woodmere Novak, Zach Mullins, Damn Lucky, Ambrose Gillis, Mojo Beach, Rodney Gillis, JJ's Knight's Image on the grandstand side, Redmond Doucette. Second race, top of the stretch. Here they come. They're off and pacing. Woodmere Novak shoots out for Zach Mullins into the turd. From the outside is Mojo Beach. Along the rail, third will be Damn Lucky. And the two trailers back there are Uriel Blue Chip. And at the back, JJ's Knight's Image. Up the backside for the first time, going to the opening quarter, Mojo Beach. He looks to clear the lead in line to Rodney Gillis. Sitting in the two-hole will be Woodmere Novak. Damn Lucky goes third. Fourth is JJ's Knight's Image. And the newcomer, Uriel Blue Chip. He can see them all back there in fifth. As they're arriving past the opening quarter, led by Mojo Beach in 29 and 3. Second, that'll be Woodmere Novak. Movement from third, there goes Damn Lucky. Uriel Blue Chip, he catches that cover, second over fourth. And the early trailer back there in sixth, that'll be JJ's Knight's Image. As they're coming in front of us for time one, Mojo Beach the leader. Damn Lucky, he's first to sacrifice second. Third along the rail is Woodmere Novak. Uriel Blue Chip, well spotted, but he's off stride in fourth. JJ's Knight's Image, the trailer back there. The half was up in a minute. And 2/5 put up by Mojo Beach. First up, second is Damn Lucky. Needs racing room. Third will be Woodmere Novak. JJ's Knight's Image is fourth. And off stride at the back went Uriel Blue Chip. As they're arriving at three-quarter pole now, Mojo Beach still the leader. Damn Lucky, he's on the outside second. Woodmere Novak, he's going to look three high there third. Three quarters was stepped in 1:31 flat as they are three high, coming with an eighth of a mile left to go. Damn Lucky in between horses. Mojo Beach along the rail. Woodmere Novak's going to swing three high for the drive as they're at the top of the stretch. Damn Lucky, Mojo Beach, Woodmere Novak. Ambrose Gillis gets up with Damn Lucky. Tight for second between Mojo Beach and Woodmere Novak. Time for the mile, 2 minutes, 3/5. Top 4 unofficial here in the afternoon second, 4-3, 5-6. Top 4 unofficial, 4-3, 5-6. Parading back from the lower turn into the Denmark Acres winner's circle here in the second race is the 4 entry, Damn Lucky, the 11-year-old brown gelding by Cam Luck from the Mach 3 Dam. Mach B the Lady is owned by Dion Gillis, trained and driven by Ambrose Gillis. First win on the season for the Damn Lucky. That'll be his 28th lifetime. Time for the mile is 2 minutes, 3/5. Second race is now official. Shadows in the Night was scratched. Uriel Blue Chip 5th. Woodmere Novak 2nd. Damn Lucky, the race winner. Mojo Beach was 3rd. JJ's Knight's Image was 4th. Fractions were 29 and 4. A minute 2. 131 flat. In the mile, 2 minutes 3/5 for 4. Damn Lucky. Top down your program should read scratch 5-2. 1-3. 4 on the bottom. Damn Lucky across the board, 640, 250, and 230. 3, Woodmere Novak, 350 and 250. And the 5, Mojo Beach, $2, 40 cents to show. The exactor paid $7.60, the triactor $33.20, and the $1 superfecta $27.25. Third race comes up next in 13 minutes.
11, 47, 11. No tickets sold. 5, 28.
Yeah, this is.
$11, 47, 71. No tickets sold. 5, 28.
Your approximate daily double odds. The one old buck is $11.11. Yacht Sealster 47.47. Eastward Old Fun $71.71. Coot Cobbler, no tickets sold. No tickets sold. Filthy Phil $5. $5. JG's Jumanji is $28.28. From the top, 11.47.71. No tickets sold. 5 at 28 on the bottom. Entries for the third, moving down the backside on towards Post Parade. Doing our Post Parade will be Elliott.
Conditioning field number 625, last 5. They go for a purse of $1,300. On the rail, Old Buck, owned by Lisa Hanscom and Al Frazier. Al Frazier trains, Monica Sutherland drives. 2, Yacht Sealster, owned by Cole Mullins, Angus McCory, Will Basker, and James Struthers. Zach Mullins trains and drives. 3, Eastward O Fun, owned by the Gigi Stone and Max Stable. Bernie McDonald trains, Rodney Gillis drives. 4, Coup Cobbler, owned by the Autumn Gold Stable. Trainer Ronald Garland, Keegan Madden drives. 5, Filthy Phil, owned by Redmond Doucette, trained by Lennon McIsaac. Redmond Doucette drives. And to round out the field, the 6, JG's Jumanji, owned by Gussie McLean, trainer Ethan McLean. Danny Gillis drives. Here in the third, I'll go with the 1, Old Buck. He's a one-time winner this season in 159 flat. Then I'll go with the 5, Filthy Phil. Trained by Lennon McIsaac, Redmond Doucette drives. He's a 2-time winner of last mile 158 3/5. Then I'll go with the 2, Yacht Sealster, owned by Cole Mullins, Angus McCory, Will Basker, and James Struthers. Zach Mullins trains and drives. He's a one-time winner in last mile 202 1/5. My selections 1, 5, 3. Good luck with yours.
The entries have completed their first of 2. On their way back, second and final score, we're down to 4 minutes. 4 minutes on post time. Here for race number 3. My selection, here in the third, I went to the 1. Old Buck, a winner in his last start, going away the last quarter in 29 3/5 from Island 59. Monica Sutherland in the sulky. A one-time winner on the season, 5 seconds and 2/3. Paced in 59, Old Buck. Should be a top contender here in the third. For second, I went to the 3, Eastward Old Fun. 11 starts on the season, a one-time winner, 2 seconds and 4/3, 7 out of 11 in the top 3, paced in 2 minutes and 4/5. Rodney Guinness is back in the sulky. And for third, I went to the 5, Filthy Phil. He's the public's choice on the board at $2.40. Up for fourth, I went to the 2, Yacht Sealster and Zach Mullins. He's a one-time winner in 2 minutes, 1/5. 1, 3, 5, and 2, my selection. Here in the third, we're down to 3 minutes now. 3 minutes on post time. The dead favorite on the board at $2 and 50 cents. It's the 5, Filthy Phil, a 2-time winner. 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a third out of 5 starts. And he paced his last start after being hooked out the last half of the mile in 58 and 3/5. Filthy Phil, a 4-year-old stud by Shanghai Phil. He's at $2.70. Down to 2 minutes on post, 2 to go. The top of the stretch here in the third condition field. They go for purse 1,300, Old Bach, Yacht Sealster, Eastward Old Fun, Coot Cobbler, Filthy Phil, and JG's Jumanji. All field of 6. Here in the third, a good start. They're down off the gate and away in Old Bach. Heads out for the lead. Looks like they're going to fall down in program order 1 to 6 into the turn in Old Bach. Up front on the lead, Yacht Sealster, a second, Eastward Old Fun out of 4, the Grey Coot Cobbler. Driving up in 4 from 5, that is Filthy Phil, JG's Jumanji. Can see them all in the backfield. Stretched out single file for the pace setter, Old Buck. Up front by 3.5. For second, closing in, that is Yacht Sealster. Eastward Old Fun out of 3, Coot Cobbler is 4, Filthy Phil has a nose at a 5, and then JG's Jumanji. 29 and 3 past that opening quarter, on toward the half mile now. And Old Buck and Monica Sutherland to lead the way by 2. Yacht Sealster second. Eastward Old Fun is third. Filthy Phil up here in 4. JG's Jumanji tries to cover over here. 3 in, 3 out to the 5/8 and a half. 59 and 4/5. Olbach continues driving up front. Up here second on the outside, that is Eastward Old Fun. Filthy Phil is third. In 4 at the rail, that is Yacht Sealster on the outside. JG's Jumanji. We're passing the 3/4 and Olbach still ahead out in front. Eastward Old Fun is driving second. Filthy Phil waits patiently here third. He's going to tip out. He's going to go 3 deep for Redmond Doucette. 1:30 past the 3/4, off the top turn and a drive through the lanes. And here comes Filthy Phil on the far outside. Eastward Old Fun is in the middle. Filthy Phil to win it. Olbach hung on for second, and Eastward Old Fun finished up third. Filthy Phil and Redmond Doucette stopped the clock. 1:58 and 4. Our next card of racing here at the Inverness Raceway goes to post on Sunday. Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock is our post time. And on Sunday afternoon, it's 100 years of celebrating harness racing here at the Inverness Raceway. We've been racing for 100 years. And on Sunday afternoon in race number 5, it's going to be the 100th dash on the season. It's going to be the Centennial Pace. That's on Sunday, sponsored by Port Hood, Triumph Toyota, and Kenso Ford. They are adding $1,500 for the purse. That's the Centennial Pace, race number 5 on Sunday afternoon. Here this evening, back to the Denmark Acres Water Circle. 4-year-old by pacing horse by Shanghai Phil and the fully loaded mare. CMR may be loaded. John McClellan is the breeder and the trainer, owned and driven. Redmond Doucette, 58 and 4/5, third win on the season. Here is 4-year-old Filthy Phil. Happy birthday wishes going out. Happy 65th birthday wish going out to Bruce Kennedy. Happy birthday, Bruce. That's Bruce Kennedy on his 65th birthday celebration. And the third official, Old Buck, was second. Yacht Sealster 6. Eastward Old Fun was 3. Coot Cobbler 5. Filthy Phil, the winner. JG's Jumanji was 4. 29 and 3. 59 and 4. 3/4 at 130. Race 20 trap. 158 and 4/5. Top the program. It should read 26351. That a 4 on the bottom. Across the board for the winner, Filthy Phil and Redmond Doucette, 310, 330, 220. Place the 1, Old Buck, 210 at 210. The show the 3. Eastward Old Fun, $2.60. The exacta 5 and 1, $5.50. The try, 5, 1 and 3, $18.10. The double come back, $5.90. And the super, very hard to see on the screen. It's at $18.20, $18.20. Up and coming here in the fourth, field of 6. Equipment change on the 1, to play it Dale. Off with the open and the hood with cups, and he goes to a Swedish blind. Number 4, Lori Merchandise. Ambrose Gillis in the sulky looking for win number 2 on the evening. Lori Merchandise is off with the Murphy blind on the left-hand side, and he goes to a hood with cups. Race number 4 up and coming is the start of the pick 4. Exacta, Triacta, Superfecta wagering. Field of 6. Post time at 8:03. Your officials for this evening's card of racing are paddock judge is Linda Gillis. Our starter is Mr. Sean Tobin. Presiding judge is Danny McKinnon. Associate judges Gary Gardner and Karen Hawko. On photo finish, it's Thomas Burke. On photo patrol, it's Brock McLean. Shannon McLean is our charter. Our timer in training is Brett McGilvray. And I'm your track announcer, Gordy McNeil. Just waiting for the entries. They're coming out of the paddock area, heading down the backside on towards Post Parade. Field of 6 here in the 4th. They go for purse $1,175. On parade from the lower turn are the entries. Here in the 4th classification, Dominators 156 last 5. They go for purse $11.75. Here's the one, La Playa Dale. Owned trained by Madison Poirier. Mr. Andrew McLean is in the sulky. The 2 is Cruising Again, a 7-year-old Yankee Cruiser. Owned trained by Lily Watson. Keegan Madden is up. The 3 is Whistler, an 8-year-old Stonebridge Terrier owner, trainer driver, Mr. Sandy McNeil. The 4 Lowry Merchandise is owned by Dion Gillis. Trainer driver is Ambrose Gillis. The 5, AB's Future, a 13-year-old Driven to Win stallion, owned by the G.G. Stone and Max Stable. Bernie McDonald trains. Rodney Gillis up rounding out the field. Here's the 6 Bando Fun, a 13-year-old Badlands Hanover, owned by Aubrey Cameron. Brendan McQueen. Sean McDonald trains. Mr. Zach Mullins is in the sulky. Field of 6 here for the 4th. Down to 5 minutes on post time. 5 to go. Our 50-50 on sale in the parimutuel. 50-50 on sale in the parimutuel. 7- program here this evening. We'll draw for that 50-50 upon completion of race number 6. Entries have completed their second and final score. We're down to 3 minutes now. 3 minutes. Post time here for the fourth. My selection here in the fourth. I went to the one La Playa Deo, 7-year-old by Sunshine Beach. Non-winner on the season, 1 second and 3/3 out of 10 starts. Andrew McLean is in the sulky for owner trainer Madison Poirier. For second, I went to the 2 Cruising Again, a 7-year-old by Yankee Cruiser. For owner trainer Lily Watson at Inverness, 1-time winner on the season from 12, 7 times in the top 3 out of 12 starts, paced a mile here in 2 minutes and 1/5. For third, I went to the outside and Mando Fun. Won a good start in finishing 4 there by 2 lengths. Last quarter in 29 and paced a mile in 59 and 3/5. If he can save that kick to the final quarter, should be a contender here in the fourth. And for fourth, I went to the 3 Whistler. Owner trainer driver Sandy McNeil. He's a 2-time winner on the season, his best being in 2 minutes and 4/5. 1, 2, 6, and 3 are my selection. The favorite on the board at $3.90. That's the one La Playa Deo at Andrew McLean for Madison Poirier. Entries for the fourth are in the hands of your starter. Entries moving on the stable turn here in the fourth. Field of 6. La Playa Deo at Andrew McLean Cruising Again. Keegan Madden, Whistler, and Sandy McNeil, Lori Merchandise at Ambrose Gillis, AB's Future, and Rodney Gillis, Bando Fun, and Zach Mullins. Favorite on the board, the one La Playa Deo at $4. Field of 6 comes through the lane on Wednesday night racing here on the Inverness Raceway on Cape Breton Island. Down off the gate to win La Playa Deo. Heads out for the lead, Lori Merchandise is up second, driving third, Cruising Again for 4. It's Whistler. At a 5, that is Bando Fun in the backfield. It's AB's Future. On toward the opening quarter in the 7-year-old by Sunshine Beach, La Playa Deo. The favorite on the board at $3.80 is up front setting the fractions. Lori Merchandise is second, driving third. Cruising Again is up close here for a change. At a 4, that is Whistler. Up in 5, Mando Fun, then AB's Future. 30 and 2 past that opening station. On toward the half mile now. La Playa Deo continues up front. A second, Lori Merchandise. Out here, third on the outside. Here's Cruising Again and Keegan Madden. Following up on the outside, it's Bando Fun, Whistler, and then AB's Future. 101 past the half mile after a breather, getting to the half. La Playa Deo is still up front on the lead. Second on the outside, Cruising Again. Lori Merchandise is third. At a 4, Bando Fun, Whistler, and AB's Future. 3 in, 3 out. 3/4, up and coming, La Playa Deo by a half a length. Up here, second on the outside, it's Cruising Again. Lori Merchandise, nowhere to go. Mando Fun has had enough. He's going to tip out. He's going to go 3 deep in AB's Future. is going to follow him. 131 and 3/5 past 3/4. We're through the lane, and the play of Dale brings him on home. Here's cruising again in the middle. Cruising again. Up to win it. Very close for second between the 1, La Playa Dale, and the 6, Amando Fun. 2:01 and 2/5. Cruising again. And Keegan Madden here in the 4th. Unofficially 2-6-1 and 4 here in the 4th. And coming back, heading in to the Denmark Acres Winter Circle, 7-year-old Black Pacey gelded by Yankee Cruiser. And the Dragon again mare, McMary again. Owned and trained by Lily Watson at Inverness. Keegan Madden in the sulky, winning comfortably. 2:01 and 2/5. Here, 7-year-old cruising again. There's a carryover in the superfecta. Carryover in the superfecta. The fourth official, La Playa Dale, was 3. Cruising again, the winner, Whistler, was 6. Lori Merchandise was 4. AB's Future 5. And Mando Fun finished up second. 30-2, 101. 131-3, 201-2. Top the program, 31645. Then 2 on the bottom, across the board for the winner. 880, 310, and 210. The place Mando Fun, the 6th entry. 530 and 290. The one La Playa Dale was 3rd, $2.10. Exacta, 2 and 6, 1930, 2, 6 and 1 try. It came back $283.10. Super a carryover of $54 going over into race number 5. Race number 5, field of 6, and the entries are going as programmed. Our feature race on the evening, that goes in race number 7. It's the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace. Our good friend Frank McGinnis. And we have the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace. That goes in race number 7. And the family is at it. I see $1,000. It's up to $3,000 for a field of 5. Everybody gets a check. That's race 7. It's the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace. Up and coming here in the 5th, field of 6. And the entries going as programmed. As I was explaining before, our next card of racing is on Sunday afternoon. We are celebrating 100 years of harness racing this season at the Inverness Raceway. And on Sunday afternoon, in race number 5, it's going to be our 100th dash on the season, whatever race it is. We're going to add $1,500 to that purse. It's the Centennial Pace, sponsored by Port Honda, Trimac Toyota, and Canso Ford. We're adding $1,500 on race number 5 on Sunday afternoon. It's the Centennial Pace. Entries on their way to Post Parade. On parade from the lower turn are the entries here in the 5th classification. Winners 625 last 5. Also eligible $5,000 claiming. They go for purse of $1,300. Irish Road Stable, yet at Port Hood, the owners of the One Fear, the Shadow, Brian McGinnis trains. Keegan Madden in the sulky. 2 onions to go has Danny Gillis for Dougie McQuarrie and Eddie Benner. Mary McQuarrie trains Danny Gillis up. 3 Dirty Bobby, Andy Stewart shares ownership with the driver Red Doucette. Lennon McIsaac does the training. At a post 4, Windermere Don't Matter. Malcolm McCacken shares ownership with the trainer Alex Sutherland. Mr. Campbell McIsaac is in the sulky. Up in 5 at Southfield Sandy, a 10-year-old Western Paradise, home by Route 19 Racing at a Judic. Lewis McDonnell trains and drives. Delightful Wine at a post 6, owned and trained Madison Poirier. This evening, Mr. Zach Mullins does the driving. Field of 6 here in the 5th. Down to 5 minutes on post. 5 minutes. Post time here for the 5th. Exacta, Triacta, Superfecta, Win Place, and Show Wagering. My selection here in the 5th. I went to the 2 entry Onions to Go, a 4-year-old by Bet the Moon, owned by Dougie McQuarrie and Eddie Better at Inverness. Mary McQuarrie trains. Danny Gillis in the sulky, a 3-time winner, and 6 out of 12 in the top 3, paced in 59 and 1/5. Here at the Inverness Raceway, he's back in as a $5,000 claimer. If you wanted to buy him, it'd cost just $7,250. Onions to Go, I have penciled in for the win here in the 5th. For 2nd, I went to the rail entry, Fear the Shadow. Good friend Brian McGinnis does the training for the Irish Road Stable, yet at Port Hood. Keegan Madden is back in the sulky, looking for back-to-back winners on the evening. He's a 1-time winner on the season in 2 minutes and 4/5. For 3rd, I went to the 3 Dirty Bobby, a 4-time winner from 9 starts on the season. Andy Stewart shares ownership with the driver Redmond Doucette. And for 4th, if you're betting that super, I went to the 4 Windermere Don't Matter, a 2-time winner this season for Campbell McIsaac. 2, 1, 3, and 4, my selection. Here on the 5th, the entries on the way back. 2nd and final score, and we're down to 3 minutes. 3 to go. Don't forget our feature race on the evening. That goes in race number 7, the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace. They go for $3,000 at a field of 5. McLand talks some smack. Income Approach. Captain Tate out of What's Up Doc. That's the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace over in race number 7. Our 50-50 on sale in the pari-mutuel will draw upon completion of race number 6. Down to 2 minutes on post. 2 minutes post time. The favorite on the board, the Public's Choice at $4.80. That is your 2 entry. Onions to Go, very close at $5.10. That is the 3, Dirty Bobby and Redmond Doucette. He looks for win number 5 on the season, Dirty Bobby. He's now the favorite on the board at $4.80. Onions to Go's at $5. Longest shot on the board, the outside belongs to Delightful Wine and Zach Mullins. Last chance for wagering here for the 5th. Entries for the 5th in the hands of the starter. Favorite on the board at $4.60 is the 3, Dirty Bobby and a Redmond Doucette. Classification number 625, also eligible, $5,000 claiming field of 6. Fear the Shadow and Keegan Madden, Onions to Go, and Danny Gillis. Dirty Bobby, Redmond Doucette, Windermere Don't Matter, Campbell McIsaac, Saltfield Sandy, Lewis McDonnell, Delightful Wine, and a Zach Mullins. Field of 6 comes through the lines at the Inverness Raceway. Down off for the gate and away in Fear the Shadow. And a Windermere Don't Matter. Head out early into the turn now. And a Fear the Shadow at the rail on the outside. That is Windermere Don't Matter driving up here. 3rd, Onions to Go at a 4. That is Dirty Bobby, Saltfield Sandy, and Delightful Wine. Windermere Don't Matter. And Campbell McIsaac up front down the lead, passing the opening quarter. The give and go here as Fear the Shadow pops back at the 2-hole up to take over the lead. On the outside comes Onions to Go after an opening quarter, 29 2/5. They're going to keep on going here. Should be a good half mile. And up front down the lead at the rail, that is Fear the Shadow on the outside. It's Onions to Go and Danny Gillis trying to get to the pylons. 3rd on the outside, it's Dirty Bobby from 4. Windermere Don't Matter. Onions to Go. Still hasn't seen the pylons. In at the rail, it's Fear the Shadow. 57 3/5. They were by the half mile in the 3/4 up and coming. Onions to Go. Dirty Bobby right there on his tail. 2nd, Fear the Shadow is 3rd. Up in 4. That is Windermere Don't Matter. Heading over towards the 7/8 turn now, and Onions to go. The 4-year-old by Bet the Moon comfortably. 127 and 4 past 3/4. He's up by 2 here on Dirty Bobby. And through the lane, Onions to go is going to be an easiest of winners. For second, it's Dirty Bobby. Up here for third, that is Fear the Shadow. Onions to go. Danny Gillis, race winning trip. 1:57 and 2/5, a new lifetime mark for the 4-year-old by Dougie McQuarrie and Eddie Benner. Quite the trip, Douglas. Heading into the Denmark Acres Water Circle. 4-year-old brown pacing gelding by Bet the Moon and the Modern Art Mare. Modern Best. This horse was bred by Simon Poirier and Chad backed it out. He's owned by Dougie McQuarrie and Eddie Benner at Inverness. Mary McQuarrie trains. Mr. Danny Gillis in the sulky. It's a new lifetime mark, 157 and 2/5. 4-year-old Onions to go. There's an adjustment. There's an adjustment to the time here in race number 5. Adjustment to the time in race number 5. It wasn't the 57 and a piece. Race winning trip was 1:58 and 3/5. It's still a new lifetime mark for 4-year-old Onions to Go. They were by the quarter in 29 and 2. The half was 58 and 4. The 3/4 was 128 and 3. Race winning trip 158 and 3/5. Unofficially, 2, 3, 1, and 4 showing on the board. Onions to Go, the winner. Dirty Bobby second. Fear the Shadow third. Windermere Don't Matter was 4th. It's now official. Fear the Shadow was 3. Onions to Go, the winner. Dirty Bobby second. Windermere Don't Matter 4. Southfield Sandy 6. Delightful Wine was 5. 29 and 2. 58 and 4. 128 and 3. 158 and 3. From the top, 3, 1, 2, 4, 6. Then 5 on the bottom. Across the board for the winner, 540, 610, and 210 for Dirty Bobby, 370 and 220. Fear the Shadow, $2.40. 2-3 Exacta, 630. $2 try, 2, 3, and 1, $40.30. 2, 3, 1, and 4 Superfecta, $62.60. Up and coming here in race number 6, first and the late double. Keegan Madden on the 5. I Got Socks. Over in the Frank McGinnis Memorial race 7, it's the second end. The late double, Frank McGinnis Memorial for 3,000. Our 50-50, we're going to draw upon completion of race number 6. We're at $1,170. Inverness 50-50. It's the best in the Maritimes. It has been brought to my attention over in the paddock area. Unsupervised children are coming across the racetrack. It's very dangerous. Very, very, very dangerous crossing that racetrack with the entries out there. Unsupervised children is a no-no in the paddock area. Someone is blocking somebody in by the arena. License number HUF 280 from Nova Scotia. They need to move. Somebody is blocking somebody in by the arena. License number HUF 280. They have to move that vehicle. Our 50-50 at 1170. Up and coming in the 6th, it's the first end of the late daily double. At number 5, I Got Socks. Keegan Madden up to do the driving. Entries for the 6th moving down the backside on towards Post Parade. Number 5, I Got Socks. Penciling the driver, Mr. Keegan Madden. On Parade from the lower turn, the entries here in the 6th. First in the late double, Exacta Superfacta Triacta Wagering. Now winners 8-1 last 5, also eligible. Non-winners of 1,001 last 5 with allowance handicap. Here's the one affair somewhere, owned trained by Sean McDonald, Redmond Doucette in the sulky. The 2 is the gray Betty White, a 5-year-old Arthur Blue Chip by Darlene and Brock McClellan. Zach Mullins trains Andrew McLean this evening. 3 is Sure Gain, an 8-year-old Blue Burner, owned and trained by the ever-beaten Mr. Rodney Gillis, is in the sulky. 4 is Sea Laird, a 10-year-old Custard the Dragon, by Douglas Lowthers and trainer driver Zach Mullins. I Got Socks. At a Post 5, Anita Gillis shares ownership with the trainer, the ever-beaten Keegan Madden up. An East Coast Invader is owned by Todd and Monica Sutherland, trained and driven by Monica Sutherland. Field of 6 here in the 6th, and they go to Post in 6. Entries up, second and final score. And we're down to 4 minutes now. 4 minutes on post time here in the 6th. It's the first end of the late daily double. My selection. Here in the 6th, I went to the rail entry, Affair Somewhere. You talk about racing good. His last 2 starts, 57-1, 58 and 1/5. He has a lifetime mark of 54-3 over there at the Charlottetown Driving Park in Prince Edward Island. He's owned and trained by Sean McDonald, a 5-time winner on the season. Red Doucette is back in the sulky here this season. I'll go with Affair Somewhere here in the 6th. For second, I went to the 2, Betty White. He's had some tough journeys over the last 3 or 4 starts, owned by Darlene and Brock McClellan. Andrew McLean is in the sulky, a 1-time winner this season in 59 and 1/5. For third, I went to the 3, Sure Gain, a one-time winner, and 59-1 also. Owned and trained by the effort beaten at a Port Hood. Rodney Gillis is in the sulky. And for fourth, I went to the 4, Sealard, a 3-time winner this season, 57 2/5, his fastest. Zach Mullins, a part owner, the trainer, and the driver on the season. As easy as 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my selection here in the 6th. And the favorite on the board at present time at $4.50 is the 1, Affair Somewhere. Down to 2 minutes on post now. 2 minutes, post time. Here for the 6th. Up and coming race number 7. It's the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace. Entries for the 6th in the hands of your starter. Entries moving on the stable turn here in the 6th. Field of 6. Affair Somewhere. And a Redmond Doucette on the rail at $4.60. He's the public's choice. Betty White and Andrew McLean from post 2, Sure Gain and Rodney Gillis. Sealard, Zach Mullins, I Got Socks, Keegan Madden. At East Coast Invader, at a Monica Sutherland. Field of 6 comes from the top of the lane. Here at the Inverness Raceway on Cape Breton Island on Wednesday evening. Here at the Raceway. Down off of the gate and away in Sure Gain. Heads out looking for the lead. Affair Somewhere is in at the rail up here third. That is Betty White. Into the turn now at Affair Somewhere. Comes away from the lead second. In at the rail, that is Sure Gain. Up here third. Driving Betty White. Yeah, at a 4. That is Sealard. Up here in 5, East Coast Invader. 29 1/5 past opening quarter. On toward the half mile. And up front here on the lead. By 5, that is Affair Somewhere, Sure Gain. Betty White in 4, that's Sealard. And up in 5, East Coast Invader, and I Got Socks, the half mile. In 57 2/5 up the backside, and Affair Somewhere. By 3 on the lead. Second is Sure Gain. Up here third, that is Betty White from 4. Sealard. East Coast Invader. And then I Got Socks. Stable turn, second and final time by that 3/4. In a 127 2/5 and Affair Somewhere is going to bring them on home. A second, that is Sure Gain. Then up third, Betty White gets to the outside. Through the lanes here, and Affair Somewhere is going to go wire to wire, make it 3 in a row. for second at a sure gain. Up third, Betty White. A fair somewhere. Race 1-8 trip, 156 and 4. There's a gray Mazda, license plate number HUF 280, parked in the arena parking lot. You have blocked in a car. They have to leave. Can you please come and remove your car? License plate number HUF 280. It's parked in the arena parking lot, and it's blocking someone in who has to leave. Thank you. We're going to draw for that 50-50. Heading into the Denmark Acres Water Circle, 7-year-old brown pacing gelding by Lion Somewhere, and the Western Terror mare, Notable Beauty. This horse was bred by Elizabeth and Alan Fair out of Ontario. He's owned and trained by Sean McDonald. 3 wins in a row for a fair somewhere. This time he stopped the clock in a 156 and 4/5. Redmond Doucette in the sulky, second winner on the program. Here is a fair somewhere. There's a cell phone. It's been found in the paddock area. Cell phone found in the paddock area. You may pick it up over there at the canteen. Pick it up at the canteen. A cell phone has been found in the paddock area. Pick it up, canteen. Up and coming, it's the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace. Wow, what a nice even split here at the Inverness Raceway. $1,430. What an excellent even split. It's the Inverness 50-50. It's the best in the Maritimes. And the winner of tonight's 50-50, Kim Gillis. Kim Gillis from Judic. Kim Gillis from Judic, $1,430. Congratulations. Run down in the sixth affair somewhere. The winner, Betty White, was 3. Sure Gain, second. Sealard, 4. I Got Sock, 6. And East Coast Invader finished top 5. 29 and 1, 57 and 2, 127 and 2, 156 and 4. From the top, 1, 3, 2, 4, 6 and 5 on the bottom. 156 and 4/5. 3 wins in a row for Affair Somewhere. Owner trainer Sean McDonald. Redmond Doucette, second winner on the program. Across the board. For the winner, 430, 290, 210. For the place entry, the 3 Sure Gain, 350, 230. $2.10 for Betty White. 1324. Super, $87.85 for that Super. 1-3 exact, $12.10. $12.10. For the 1-3 exacta combination, and the triacta combination was 1, 3, and 2, and a 1, 3, 2. Return triacta backers, $71 even. The Frank McGinnis, a memorial pace. Off with the Swedish blind on the 5. What's up, Doc? And he goes to an open. And a hood with cups. Field of 5 for $3,000. The Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace. I would rather read the tribute for Frank McGinnis before the race rather than after the race, because a lot of the people just head out before we bring back the winner. Hats to everyone, all the drivers here in the Frank McGinnis Memorial Base. Frank took an interest in racing in the 1960s, attending races on the ice and also across the Maritimes, especially at the Inverness Raceway. He got his driver's license in early 1970, winning on his first drive with Dale Retland. Over the years, owned and trained many horses such as Maine Ward, Lily Choice, Calamar Dynasty, RJ Rising Star, Palm de Pin, Glencoe Adam, and Argentina. Always encouraged and helped younger drivers such as Danny and Rodney Gillis, Katie Miller, Colin Kelly, Ryan Campbell, and Campbell McIsaac. Was a long-time member of the Maritime Provinces Harness Racing Commission, and for many years was a part owner of both the Tartan Downs and Truro Raceway. I had the privilege of working under the great Frank McGinnis. Was a member of the Atlantic Canada Opportunity Agency, where he was instrumental in securing funding for the new beautiful barn over there on the backside. Frank loved the racing, but more important, he loved the relationships and the friendships in harness racing community. The McGinnis family is grateful for the opportunity to honor him, a place that meant so much to him. This is the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace, and from the lower turn, here are the starters. They go for purse of $3,000. McLand scores on the rail, a 6-year-old by McCardle, owned by Ella Daniel McDonald. Eddie D. McDonald trains. Zach Mullins is in the sulky. Talk Some Smack. He's won 3 in a row. He's owned and trained by Kevin McDonald. Mr. Rodney Gillis goes for 4 in a row here with Talk Some Smack. Income Approach, a newcomer, a 4-year-old state treasurer, owned by Rachel McDonald. Trained by Rachel, Danny Gillis is in the sulky. Captain Tate at a post 4, the lone drive for Walter Walker, the trainer for James McGinnis at a Halifax, rounding out the field number 5. What's Up, Doc? A 7-year-old by Hilarious Halo. Owned, bred, and trained by John McClellan. Mr. Redmond Doucette looks for a driving triple. A field of 5. $3,000 on the line in the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace. Your approximate daily double odds. McLand, $13. Talk Some Smack, $11. Income Approach, the favorite, $8, 8. Captain Tate, 16. And a What's Up, Doc, the longest shot on the board, $88. From the top, 13, 11, 8, 16, and 88. Entries have completed their first of 2. We're down to 6 minutes on post. 6 minutes. Post time. Here for the 7th. Our next card of racing here at the Inverness Raceway goes to post on Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock is our post time. We're celebrating 1 year, 100 years of harness racing here at the Inverness Raceway. And on Sunday afternoon, our 100th dash of the season will go over in race number 5. And whatever race that is, $1,500 has been added to the purse for the 100th dash, sponsored by Port Honda, Trimac Toyota, and Kenso Ford at a Port Hawkesbury. Entries up, second and final score. We're down to 4 now. 4 minutes post time here for the 7th. Down to 2 minutes now, 2 minutes post time here for the 7th. My selection here in the 7th, I went with the newcomer, Incoming Approach, a 4-year-old by State Treasurer, on a train by Rachel McDonald at a black point. Coming right in front of us here, Mr. Danny Gillis is in the sulky, the favorite on the board at $3.90, paced the mile in 54, coming the last quarter in 28 1/5 in his last start at the Summerside Raceway. Start before that, he paced the mile in 54 4/5. Up for second here in race number 7, I went to the 5, What's Up Doc, a one-time winner in 56 1/5. On the season, Redmond Doucette is in the sulky. He's looking for win number 3 on the program. For third, I went to the 2, Talk Some Smack, a 3-time winner, twice in our feature here at the Inverness Raceway. He's going for 4 in a row. He's at $6.30. And for fourth, the 1, McLand and a Zach Mullins. 3, 5, 2, and 1 as the starter. As the entries moving up behind the gate. Entries moving on the stable turn. It's the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace for $3,000. McLand and Zach Mullins. Talk some smack. Rodney Gillis. Income approach. Danny Gillis. Captain Tate. Walter Walker. What's up, Doc? At a Redmond Doucette. Field of 5 comes through the lane. It's the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace. Down. Off the gate and away. And McLand heads out for the lead. Captain Tate up here on the outside into the turn now. And McLand at the rail on the outside. It's Captain Tate. He's going to take back. Pop in that 2-hole up here third. That is incoming approach. Yeah, at a 4 incoming approach. And then what's up, Doc? In the hole there, that is Talk Some Smack, third at the rail. Heading past the opening quarter there, and McLand, and right into Zach Mullins is up front for seconds. Captain Tate, 29 1/5. Past that opening quarter, all toward the half mile. Up here second, that is Captain Tate. The leader is McLand, up front by 3. Third on the outside, what's up, Doc? Talk Some Smack, locked in 4 or 5 on the outside. That is incoming approach. On towards the 5/8 turn now in the half mile. In 58 4/5. McLand is up front by 2.5. Second, that is Captain Tate. What's up, Doc? Talk Some Smack, yet to get in gear. And in the backfield, that's incoming approach. Passing that 3/4, and still McLand is the pace setter. Second is Captain Tate. Talk Some Smack is gaining third. Incoming approach is coming. Captain Tate has popped in the 2-hole for Walter Walker. 127 4/5. Past the 3/4. We're through the lanes here. And Captain Tate is bringing them on home right to the winner's circle in the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace. Up here for second, that is Talk Some Smack and a Rodney Gillis. Race winning trip, 157 1/5. Captain Tate here in the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace. Coming back, the starters for a hat. Here in the Frank McGinnis Memorial, second place winner, Talk Some Smack and Rodney Gillis. handing out the hats to two of Frank's sons, Ross and Neil McGinnis, on hand to pay a tribute to their father, the great Frank McGinnis. Here coming back, the pace setter. He set it all up here this evening. McLean, Zach Mullins in the sulky. Heading into the winner's circle, the winner of the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace, the 3-year-old by Captain Crunch, and the Western Ideal mare, Ginger Tree Nina. Lavon Miller out of Topeka, Indiana, did the breeding on this 3-year-old Captain Crunch. He's owned by James McGinnis out of Halifax. Walter Walker does the training. He's in the sulky. Race winning trip, 157 1/5, capturing top honors in the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace. Here is 3-year-old Captain Tate and a new speed badge, 157 1. And a trackside cooler presentation, hat presentation, and the presentation to the trainer driver, Walter Walker. The winner of the Frank McGinnis Memorial Pace, 3-year-old Captain Tate.